So hey, you one guy who actually found this video, you amongst like other 3 or 4 people because I literally have nobody following me. So this is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna try to analyze a little bit this video, Ash again by Gargura and Casey Edwards and animated by Mazumaru. Now the reason I'm doing this is I have been seeing a lot of interpretations, like how people view this video, what's the meaning behind it, what do the visuals indicate, and everything like that. And I just wanted to add my hat in the ring. And I know for sure I'm no like literary expert. I don't have any school or experience on the project. So what I'm doing is I'm just adding my 2 cents to the pile. Maybe that everybody, everybody together, we're gonna make the meaning grow. Like we're gonna figure out what was the meaning behind it. So again, disclaimer over. Let's do this. So initially we start out with the theme of the video. It's supposed to be the battle, the internal battle between Gura and this other character, which just for so we have a name, I'm just gonna call her Senzawa. You'll see what I'm going. It's a random name. I chose that random. It doesn't mean anything. Don't look it up. Okay, we initially start with a different character, a third character. Call it an empty shell. I'm gonna call this third character the featureless, like unformed mass, which is, I want to see it as potential, right? I'm gonna call this character Senna. This is the third character. Again, don't look it up. Names mean nothing. It's just some character that we made up here, right? So in the background, it's a reference to the three, the other 4 members of Hollow Myth. Everybody seemed to notice this, so I'm not adding any new info here. But this one, Face to Face with Time Again, is a reference to Ame. Is as far as the order in which they go, a lot of people seem to care that like, oh, it's important. The order is important. It's not. I think it's the order is just the one that it's referenced. It's probably to rhyme and everything, and probably for the impact. We'll get to that later. But yeah, this initial character, call her Senna, right? At the beginning, at the beginning, before everything ever happened, even before the first persona was invented, before way before Hololive was actually joined, uh, this is the potential, the unformed mass. So let's see what she's doing. We walk once more to the end. This is the reference to Ina. I think the only thing is the walk here, but let's see where it's going. Burn it down, burn it down. You can already see, so this is my again interpretation. You can already see the inner demon, the fight with not knowing what to do, what you're gonna be, what you're gonna do, and it's already starting to show. This isn't something that was gained, like either from success or from the works. This was something that, as all people, we all fight with those inner battles, especially if you're like more of an introvert. So this is an important bit. This formless creature, this Senna here, seems to be drawing on a piece of paper. She's drawing a boat, and this boat can be interpreted in multiple ways. The two that I'm, let's say, giving a little bit more focus on is one, it's a work, sort of like a work of art, a work of something that you put time into in order to create a piece of content, something whether it be like a song, or whether it be a video, whether it be whatever. The other interpretation which I heard, and I'm torn between the two of them, is not metaphoric, a relationship. Like pretty much she is working on her future relationships, whether that be with like work colleagues or people you found in the industry that you want to get into, or something like that. So these are the two interpretations that I got. This ship will come into importance a lot later. She's admiring it and seeing the potential that these either works or these relationships can be in the future. And then we see she tore up that little piece of paper. As we often do at the beginning, we're not sure if this is of enough quality to share it out there in the world. So what she's doing is she's fighting those inner demons again, right? And while she's doing that, she's destroying the thing that she should have shared, or she maybe shouldn't have shared. We all start with not the ideal quality, and we have to practice a lot before we get it right. And this is a vital part of it, but it's also happening to the tune of those inner battles, right? So you might have something really good there, and your inner demons tell you to, no, that's not good enough. Let's see where it's going. Bam, these dominoes. Again, she's alluding to something that it is building up. Like we build up the skills in life, we maybe learn a little bit more about animation, music making, and whatever. This shows us again her cycles of, okay, I did the drawing part. My inner demons got to me. I destroyed it, and then I set up these dominoes, and then they're gonna be, knocked down. But again, she's building her skills. She's trying different stuff, and she's building her skills. This is again the formless mass known as Senna for now. You saw it back there. It was again the anger towards this, like, okay, I'm building skills, I'm building stuff, I'm creating these grand works, but every now and again, your inner demons come and, taunt you. Why are you doing this? Why are you wasting time? So she changes her hobby again. She tries to play guitar. She tries to learn a lot of stuff. She tries to do good, right? And as if on cue, her inner demons, ask her to destroy that. Like she's gonna destroy this guitar. She's gonna swing it against the wall. So whatever she tries to do in the beginning stage before everything happens, is like she's secretly building skills in the background. She's learning all of this stuff. It's gonna help her in the future. But those inner demons, they don't let you do this. They don't let you be okay with it. And you see, she came back to the picture on the ground. She oscillates between them. Maybe it was good, and then it's destroyed again because you're second guessing yourself. It's not, and everything. And this is the moment I think where all of a sudden she was. It's supposed to be metaphorical. For all of a sudden she was thrust into into the Hololive persona. It seemed to skip a little bit of the step, like the Senzawa creature, the second or first alter ego, and it's focusing on this specifically on the beat of the song because it's a great moment of being literally thrust into the ocean that was Hololive. Again, the whole red versus blue thing, it's been in the past in her first song, it's been pointed out, like the contrast between the red and the blue. And there's a reason why this text, the burn it down, the tear and burn, is written in red. Again, it's that side of her fighting against. One thing which I'd like to note is this whale. It is intact, right? It is not a skeleton of a whale. We'll see later why that's important. Um, the ships and the whale here, they may be a reference to Moby Dick. I didn't find, that much in common, but I do like this idea of even at the early stages, we have that white whale, that obsession that we're gonna go back to on and on and on. Let's see. Now, how I interpreted this part, like life has thrust you into this role of Gargura. You got like millions of subscribers overnight, and you got the huge persona. Again, everything is merited, but you see, like she looks like she'd been dropped into the deep end, and now it's dripping. She's still confused. She's realizing like, what the hell happened to me? What is this new world I'm into? What's happening here, right? The fact that the world is red is also a little bit tied to what I was talking about earlier, the juxtaposition between the blue and red, the colors. So she's confused, right? She's seeing these great works in the distance, which again, the thing I talked to about in the beginning, the paper boats, right? These are now gigantic galleons, right? So even without her realizing, she is still really confused. But those things, either inadvertently or with a little bit of her help and the inspiration from the things she did in the earlier life, have become gigantic, massive. So this is when the first persona is introduced. Maybe because it wasn't I don't know, defined fully before the Gargura persona was created, but this persona, the Senzawa persona, is brought forth. While the Gura persona has a very confused look on her face, like what am I doing? What is this? What's happening? It's innocence versus the Senzawa persona is pretty much sick and tired of it all. Imagine like if you had done this before in a previous life and you're doing it all again. This is what you'd be. Like she's bored of everything. She's probably finding the limitations of this corporate persona, and that's why the attitude. Again, this is all inside her head. This moment, again, it's supposed to symbolize, if I understand, that the Senzawa persona doesn't really care about like I'm not gonna say the beauty of the world, but of the formality of the world. She's pretty much not interested in, letting things up, and she's gonna, make a little bit of noise in the world. Uh, at the same time, the Gura persona is careful to not destroy what's left of this flower. So it's another internal battle between like, just F it all, I'm just gonna, destroy everything, I'm just gonna burn the bridges, it doesn't matter. And this persona, which again is supposed to be metaphorical for the part of her brain that's dedicated to the whole live image, she's trying to protect what's left of it. Voices rise in my head. It doesn't only talk about the inner fight and the inner persona, but this is where two more voices sort of start to become important. First, the hands that pull at my thread. She can be talking here about two things. One interpretation would be management. Like again, they always have hands on what you do. You know very well that they like to sock puppet the VTuber avatar. So we know from the past from different VTubers that they were in control of what they tweeted and what they said on social media, what they put on YouTube. So you can never say what you want, and this is why the focus here is on the Senzawa persona, the thing that isn't the corporate mouthpiece, and she feels like she's held at bay, right, by these hands. Another interpretation for these hands could be the viewers, the fans, the whatever you would call them, right, the people who are watching your stuff, and of course you have to give them what they want. And again, this is a good metaphor for like these ghostly hands, these unnamed hands of the corporation of like the fans, whichever interpretation you would want. They're trying to hold her, right? To keep her, to put her back maybe in the different persona, but this face, like she's having none of that, right? She's going to this door, like this door, you're gonna see it later in the video. This door is supposed to be her exit into a different life. I'm pretty sure that this is what it is. Like, okay, we're done with this persona, we did nice stuff, but let's see what's behind the door number two, like when one window closes, another door opens. So she's heading here, she's convinced. You saw the look on her face, like those hands will not hold her. In the abyss is where I will hide. I really love this one. It's her. She said it in the past, like Vera said in the past, that she would kind of want to be more underground, like not as many people see what she's doing. It's part of this inner struggle. The more people see, the more you feel the pressure. So this is where she's going. This is where she'd be going from the beginning. The fire motive here is also super interesting. So yeah, we're talking about these great works or these relationships. I don't think it's that corny, but it could be a way of interpreting it. And as you see, they're getting literally in the way, like between her and the exit. It's like whatever you put out into the world will forever exist there and will bar you, like psychologically, from renouncing it because it's an anchor that holds you. Another nautical metaphor. So it's the anchor, right? And those are getting in between her and exiting. Um, when the second interpretation about the relationships, like the people who are, let's say, not as much dependent on you, but people who are affected by whatever you're doing. right? The people which we refer to when we say we're burning bridges, like maybe people in the industry, maybe people would be hurt by this and so on. But I personally choose to see it as a great works, and you'll see why next. The great moment of the beat drop is when she literally chooses to destroy them. So either she's figuratively, of course, they're still going to be there, they're still going to exist, but she's figuratively renouncing them, renouncing all of her great works in order to be able to progress to the door into her next stage of life because she knows she's never going to be able to go back. Like, how many songs maybe you could never sing if they belong to the company, right? In her case, I think she only has two, so this one and Reflect. So maybe she knows that she may never be able to sing them again, or something like that. Maybe maybe she loved this avatar and well, not this one, the other one, the Guru avatar, and the Guru avatar. Maybe she's never going to use it again. But you have to renounce it, you have to destroy it in order to progress. And I think this is what she's saying. My God, this animation is brilliant. This was the first moment of, oh crap, yeah, this is a good video. I love this visual. The blood splatter, like it's not gonna be a painless progress. The fact that you're destroying everything is gonna be really hurtful, and I think this is hurting her more than anybody else because you never get to see anyone on the ships, right? So this is her part of herself that she's hurting. Now comes the second ship, right? It's clear that there's a lot of stuff you're gonna have to destroy in order to get that door. But she is convinced. Like, look at her. She is convinced she wants to go to the next step in her life and career. So this moment, the moment she grabs the handle, is the moment like her brain, as always, like we said, it's an internal battle. Her brain will remind herself, like, was that a good idea? Maybe we're gonna stay here, and this is why we focus to the grab persona. And the grab persona wants her to remain here. Like she's done a wonderful stuff. She's done a lot of things. Let's see. Notice that she's really hesitating there because she's thinking about this whole idea, giving Gora a chance to come back. Of course, she fights back because that's what we do. Our inner demons, we fight for ourselves. So this Senzawa persona, right? Random name, chooses to, okay, I'm angry now. I don't need this Gora persona. Let's try her and throw her away. Okay, now she's gonna teleport right on top, doing the whole double tap thing, right? And this going into the depths part, I only see it as a metaphorical. She realized that maybe the two personas, like there's a living person behind all of these things, right? So what this tells me, in my limited interpretation, is that the human behind all of this, again, I'm going to call it Senna, right? The human behind all of this is knocked into this whole depression thing, right? Is knocked into the whole abyss. We swim against the current same. Swimming against the current same is again something that she kind of wanted to do, if I understand. She didn't want to do the mainstream thing. She didn't want to be that perfect idol, right? She's always been a troll in the Kremlin. I love this part. These almost look like credits, by the way. You'll see later. They keep going up as she's getting deeper and deeper into this. Call it a depression. Call it like a sad part of your life. She's still in the formless persona, like she remembers who she was. The ships are also metaphorical for those works she's destroyed earlier. I'm kind of seeing it as maybe remnants of an old relationship, or maybe the works of art that she destroyed. And now we get the whale. Now the whale is white. I'm pretty much sure it wasn't intentional, right? Right, right. Like just everything is white. Just the whale also happens to be white. Also, it's a skeleton of its former self. So that white whale, that Moby Dick metaphor, is not even important anymore. Like it's been picked clean of everything. Maybe what what white whales would you have after what you've done, right? After like all of that success, right? What white whale would you have? But we're humans, and we always have something to look forward to, some form of obsession. She's in the sunken depths, right? So this part, again, I think it's referring to management. The no more hands upon my words, they only speak for me, is referring to the sock puppet part, right, of her job. Like she's been forced to say stuff that were not her words, or she'd been forced to say, she'd been forced to be quiet relating to stuff that she wanted to say. And this giant step of her life is gonna let her speak for herself, right? The same thing, yeah. Whoever wants to try to silence thunder. In this idea, she does, and I truly think that she is the thunder. She is like a force to be reckoned with, and a lot of people in her current Gargoyle persona are trying to silence her. And she reflects upon this in her human form. This is what she's trying to say in the depths of the depression, right? Okay, so we're gonna pause it right here. This part, I'm not really sure what the hands are supposed to mean, but it seems like the abyss is reaching her. Like she's at the minimum, right? The grasp of the abyss of the total darkness that she's facing has grabbed her. And in her history in Hololive, Gora has said that she did go through a lot of personal issues, but what came to save her was myth. By the way, fun fact, this is the moment I teared up. Like I was literally getting really heavy and emotional because I recognized Ame, and I also had a huge emotional issue with Ame leaving, even though she's somewhere else. It doesn't matter. The persona is the persona, and the persona had a life. So I may change timelines. It's going to be a similar case for Gra. But at this particular moment, it was before she left, right? And she's trying to tell us that even the human bit, the formless mass, right? Even that was saved from this deep depression by her genmates. Again, I'm gonna say there was a specific focus here on not the genmates as people, because again, they're wonderful people, right? But the personas, and I can understand like a piece of art, even if it's not your own, even if it's part of the team you work, the piece of art has saved you, right? Not necessarily the human. Again, in this case, it's probably the humans behind those avatars. We don't know a lot about that, but we can only assume, right? So we see here the focus is on the color and the weapon of choice, the pocket watch in the case of Ame. Next, we see Mori with her scythe, again sporting the human persona, right? Kiara and her sword in the background, her shield. Like this is the weapons that the iconic weapons they all debuted with. And of course, Ina with her book. Again, I don't think the order matters, but I will say the fact that they added Ame first, it got to not only me, but a lot of other people I saw reacting to this. And this is the reason why I was saying I'm referring to the persona itself. So in this case, Gura, the persona, helped Senna, the human, the unformed master potential, right? She helped her out. So it's sort of like seeing what you have done, like your other persona, and it helps you up along with the other personas in the group in Myth. These breakdowns are amazing. So it instantly resurrects her, which she said live a lot of times that Myth helped her bring her back, and she started streaming again, and she started doing good stuff. And I'm gonna say that this final confrontation is the important one. She is still battling her inner self. She is still battling the Senzawa persona, even though it don't confuse it with anything else. I'm just calling it this thing Senzawa, right? She's battling it. She wants to approach that door. She wants to get there, but the current Kura persona is holding her back. Mazumaru's excellent animation as always. And this moment of like, oh no, I'm knocked over, like this sort of keeps telling us, the viewers, that the Gura persona kind of makes some good points. She has strengths, she has advantages, right? And for a long while, she is winning. Like she stayed in Hololive for a long ass time, like five years and so on. However, this is the moment where she realizes, right? again, the animation is amazing. She realizes that the Gura persona is a persona, is herself, and there's nothing she can do. She is surprised, like, why are you not going in for the kill? Why is my psychology telling me that I have to stay here, like, right, with Hololive in the Gura persona, but she doesn't understand, right? She's confused by this. Why isn't it like a final thing? Why not decide, okay, I'm here until it ends, right? And she realizes because, right, she's accepting this specific part. She's accepting that, okay, Gura is always going to be there on the internet. It's always going to be part of her, right? And this is the moment. Like, she's happy. Okay, like, yeah, you win. You existed. You did a wonderful thing, but it was all in my head, right? And we realized it was all in her head. She never had the fight, right? She still has the trident intact and everything. And Gura is gonna always exist there, right? As part of her. This was a theme in Reflect as well, that they teamed up together to do stuff. She just forgets every now and again. And this is the moment where she says, like, she said it in the recent stream, like, look out for what's gonna happen next. I'm waiting for what's gonna happen next. So yeah, this was my interpretation of it. Like, I do think it's a wonderful video. It is a hell of a video to leave right on. A lot of people will interpret like, oh no, she's angry towards Hololive, like that's what she means, like burn it down. No, it has nothing to do with Hololive. A lot of things in the video simply talk about her and her state of mind, her internal struggles, right? Once more, a final disclaimer. Everything I think about is I said about everything I said in this video is literally my interpretation. This is what I see. I may be way off base in a lot of them. Like, there may be a lot of Freudian stuff there. Like, I'm starting to see people as mothers on screen, right? So I may only be projecting a lot. Like, maybe I'm seeing, I'm having these troubles in my life, and this is what I'm seeing in the video. But then again, this is the mark of an excellent story, an excellent video, right? An excellent song, is that a lot of people can see a lot of stuff in it and they're not necessarily wrong. Hi, see ya.